afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and this is, of course, may I first preface this message is sending you love from the creator of everything, just so that, you know, this is a spiritual message, just in case I'm tried to shut down by the authoritarians. Anyway, I'm here to film a response to PC Nick Dayton. I don't know if he's on today, but he's more than welcome to come and join in. He's of the Hamstead Town neighbourhood team. Yes, he's hit the big time. And he's been saying that he wants to put a halt to my amplified addresses, which is an interesting way of describing them. I quite like that, actually, due to concerns that nearby shops could lose customers, right? Do you know what I mean? Now, the question is that the role of the police to make sure that nearby shops don't lose customers? So here we are, for example, outside this dead animal shop, yeah, where they quite happily display dead animals saying age 28 days, 14 days, 21 days, yeah? And there are children coming past here. And they've been conditioned to look at and think, oh, well, that's all right, that's fine. Fine till I just chop the animals down and, you know, hang them up in your store just for our pleasure when there's plenty of fruit and vegetables and nuts and all that. You know, now the thing is, if the Hamstead butcher people were, you know, from a business sense, intelligent, they'd realise the longer I'm here the better, because vegetarians are never going to go in the place, right? And meat eaters will probably deliberately go in there just to show vegetarians and vegans like myself that they have the right to eat dead animals if they want to. See, I'm not stopping anyone getting in. But PC Dayton has decided that, you know, I should. Now, the reason why that is, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, bearing in mind we are in the place that is saturated with psychotherapists. There are more psychotherapists per capita in Hamstead than any other part of the country, which is not, you know, it's very understandable. You look at the people going past, they're all quite anxious, as you can see. Most of them are either in therapy or therapists, and we know that therapists become therapists because they don't want to face their own crap. So, whilst we're talking about, I'm over here, whilst we're talking about, you know, what's really going on, I would say to PC Nick Dayton, I'd say the reason why you're really angry about this is because you've had an amygdala hijack. Now, amygdala hijack, ladies and gentlemen, is a term coined by Daniel Coleman, who wrote Emotional Intelligence. Now, I have to admit, I would like to pretend that I've read all these books, but I haven't. But I have heard of that thing, and what it is when something happens, and your mind, gets triggered to something in your past, and then you have this attack, your amygdala goes into a flight or fight mode, right? And you lose your ability to be logical, and it happens to most of us a lot of the time, every single day. So, before I continue, Nick, with this presentation, which you're going to be able to see on YouTube, as are everyone else, what I'd like to invite you to do is to join me in a counting up to 30. Now, what that will do, Nick, for you is you're going to feel really agitated now. You're going to think, what a cheeky little git. I'm going to stop him doing this. You know what I mean? Who is in charge here, you might be thinking, right? So that is your fight or flight mode, right? So what I want you to do, Nick, and invite everybody here, by the way, if you could just pan around just to show the people I'm not on my own, just to show Nick. We could just show Nick there are a few people here. Yeah, I want to invite all of you to join me counting to 30, right, so that you can just become self-aware, aware of what's going on, how you're feeling, right? Just count, and Nick, this is especially for you as well, right? Just count to 30, it's very good, because what it does is, that hijack that you've had, Nick, that will be dealt with by counting to 30. You are using your logical brain, and you can bring that back into the picture, and then you can become much calmer and stop doing silly things like trying to stop me doing this. So let's do that together, everybody. Now, Nick, what we agreed was, didn't we, when we had that meeting with your inspector, Nick? We agreed that I wouldn't stay in any one place for too long a time, and if anybody came up to me, quite, you know, civilly, and suggested I should do this somewhere else, and gave me a half-reasonable excuse or reason, I would oblige, right? And that's what I've been doing, Nick. But what you've been doing, you naughty, naughty boy, is you've been sending emails around to people bad-mouthing me, haven't you, Nick? It's not very nice. Let's just have a look here. Hold on a second. Anyway, let me just read some of this funny things he's been saying, right? He has been instructed, this is what he said, he has been instructed not to use his megaphone in Hamstead, which is not true. So please, if you see him, can you drop me an email? I would like to curtail his activity before the Christmas shoppers come to Hamstead. There he goes again. Really, that's a really good use of police time. Let's make sure that, because imagine how it could be that someone will not get a side of lamb because of this. Do you know what I mean? That would be terrible, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely awful. Then these guys would have to be up there for 37 days. That would be terrible. Well, you know what? If I come here, maybe someone won't go into odd bins. You know, this particular branch of their 100 branches, or Starbucks, or whatever other big multinational corporation they've got here. That would be terrible, wouldn't it, Nick? My goodness. Anyway, let me just find what you said about... So here we are outside this shop, and I've asked these guys many times to just cover this up. Because it's really not necessary. As a vegan, do you know what I mean? It's really not necessary. I mean, how would you like it, madam, if you were like killed and strung up in the front of the shop? You'd be dead, that's true, good point, fair enough. I suppose by then it wouldn't really matter. Your family might not like it though. I mean, what about the families of these animals? Do you know, if they're still alive, what about them? How do you think they'd feel if they found out that their children were hanging up in the shop saying 28 days since we killed them? And there are children coming past this shop. It's a bit weird. And the smell from here, oh, blimey, the smell, what a stench of dead flesh.
Oh, it's so good.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
You like the smell of dead flesh? I mean, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
Very normal.
Is it normal? Yeah, I suppose it has been made normal, hasn't it? Has been made normal, yeah. Oh, it doesn't smell so good to me. Oh, you want some?
Yep.
Yeah? Want all of it? Yeah, go on. Stick it all in. Don't worry about your health or anything. Or the environmental ethics. Anyway, I think that's pretty much all I have to say, Nick, is you know, I love and accept you as you are, but your job is really not to protect the businesses here. Your job, my friend, is to protect us and to protect our freedom of expression. That's your job. Now, you know, if a few, you know, anxious people have written to you a few times about what I do, yeah, what I would recommend to them, I'll tell you what, here's one something that you can do. If any of your anxious people get really upset about this, I'm prepared to offer them a free hour of my time, just to sit down, calm them down a little bit, get them to do a bit of meditation, and just talk through what's really going on, because you're never really, Nick, upset about what you think you're upset about. So when you see me, Nick, what you see is something to do with triggering to do with your childhood, right? And then you get into a whole, you know, thing with me, and you're getting into a whole conflict with me. But there really isn't any conflict between us. We're all just brothers and sisters. And, you know, the people that get upset about this, they have to learn to get over it, really, because there are a lot of people who are going through hugely stressful lives. And, you know, just a bloke on a megaphone for a few minutes is, you know, is really nothing to put up with. So thank you very much, Nick, and thank you for being part of my life, for teaching me, you know, about stuff. I appreciate it. And if you have any problems, you know what my number is, you know what my email is. Please don't go around sending emails to people of Camden that are bad about me. That's kind of called, you know, what is it called? When you spread bad messages, some legal thing?
Slander.
Slander, yeah, slander. You really shouldn't be doing that sort of slander thing. You don't want to be starting getting messed up, because, you know what I mean, I might have to start going, messing around with all your strange legal system, which I don't take very seriously. Any questions before we move on?
Are you vegan?
Am I vegan? I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that. No, I'm not vegan.
So you would eat that?
No, I wouldn't eat that.
It's too old.
It's too old. 28 days. I was always told by my mum 3 days at tops. Do you know what I mean? 28 days. They shouldn't be advertising that. Don't tell them the truth. Just put 2 days. I mean, seriously, like how, you know, what's going on in the mind? Are there any meat eaters here? Can you please tell me how it works? that when you see 28 days, somehow that makes you feel like you want to eat the dead flesh even more than you did if you saw 14 days. How does that exactly work? Son, you say you like me. Does the 28 days turn you on more than the 14 days?
Yeah.
Yeah? It gives it more flavour, the extra days. Right. Great. And do you care? Ribeye, you like a ribeye? Well, what about the stuff that they feed them? Are you worried about, concerned about that?
Grass-fed.
Oh, at least grass-fed. Oh, lovely. Oh, good point. No, you got me there. You got me there. Okay, fair enough. And you feel that you think it's... What do you think about sticking the animals? It does seem a little bit disrespectful. Like, you have to eat animals. Yeah, it's a bit disrespectful, isn't it? Don't you think? No? It's disrespectful to some of the people that walk past, don't you think? What, vegans? Anybody here feel... Is this a bit of a nasty sight to any of you? Anybody just pop your hands up if it doesn't particularly like this? Don't like it? You like it? You think it looks great? Yeah? That's the sort of thing you'd like hung up on your wall at home?
If I could eat it, I would.
Really? Like as an art piece? Would you put this in your... She says no. I think that's not going to last them too, is it, very long? Anybody think this is a really nice, beautiful display? Anybody?
Yeah, it's good.
You like it?
It's Christmas. It's a nice
It's Christmas.
display of dead babies.
Say again?
Nice decoration of dead babies.
Yes, it's basically a decoration of dead babies. Are they babies? Oh, wait, these were 28 days when they were killed. Is that what it means? Or does it mean they've been here for 28 days?
What does it mean?
Ask the question, why am I here? Can I explain why I'm here? Now, what I'm going to do is, when someone asks me a difficult question like that, which I regard as a bit of a difficult one, Limor's quite good at that, what I do is I count to 30. I count to 30 because basically I get one of those amygdala hijacks because I get really nervous when someone asks me a question that I don't really know the answer to, right? Okay, so we're going to go around the circle-ish thing. I'm going to ask you, yes, first guy here, chap here. Chap here from, yeah, the King Alfred School. Can you ask a question? You can do whatever you like. I won't necessarily answer it because I'm in the middle of doing something else, but...
Why are you spreading such negativity in just general?
Why am I spreading such negativity in general? Is that what you want to know?
Yeah,
Okay, we'll come...
Christmas and it's like...
It's Christmas?
It's like meant to be a festive...
Meant to be festive. Unless you're a cow, of course. It's not a great time then, is it?
Or a bird.
Yes.
Yes.
I guess maybe you haven't eaten McDonald's.
Have I ever eaten McDonald's? I have to say that I have never eaten McDonald's, no.
Never.
Thank God, no.
Never eaten.
Never, not even once. but I've eaten lots of other things. I've eaten meat before. For many years of my life I ate meat.
It's probably a more, I don't know,
Some more.
kind of
It's a nicer butcher.
ethical
More ethical.
butcher than lots of
Right.
other places.
Yeah. It's more ethical butcher, maybe. You're right, okay, but we are, you see, you've kind of hijacked the conversation, haven't you? Which is well done for that. You're absolutely entitled to do that, but I'm going back to the question that I was asked, and I'm going to ask you first, is why are you here? So why are you here?
I don't know, I just heard you talking and I thought, what's this nutter doing?
Okay, fair enough. He heard me talking and he thought, what's this nutter doing? Okay, great. Thank you for being honest. What about you, sir? What are you doing here? Just observing? What are you doing here?
Alternative way of thinking.
An alternative way of thinking? What are you doing here?
I'm undercover.
You're undercover?
No, I'm not very...
By the way, there is one person on average in one of these kind of gatherings who is undercover, okay? And it's for you to work out who they are. They're usually not that good at it, right? Like Charlie Beach, I fell for it, but he's not that good at it. If you look up carefully, if you watch him carefully. Okay, great. Well, what about you? What are you doing here?
We came to turn you vegan.
You came to make me into a vegan. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm being forced by these ladies. They're trying to force me to be a vegan. What about you? What are you doing here? You're filming me. What are you doing here?
My TV broke down and...
Say again?
My TV broke down.
Your TV broke down. What are you doing here?
I was told there'd be vegan cake.
You told there'd be vegan cake. What are you doing here?
I've got nothing better to do in my
You've got nothing better to do. Fantastic. What about you?
I haven't got anything better to do either.
You've also nothing better to do. What about you, sir? What are you doing here? You're selling hot dogs. No, but what are you really, like, why are you here? Why, of all the things to do, why are you selling hot dogs?
Why don't you get a job?
Something to do? Fair enough. Why don't I get a job? Yeah, we'll come back to that in a minute. If you think it's a good idea, I'm open. See if you've got any ideas for me. What about you? What are you doing here? You asked me first. Fair enough. What about you? What are you doing here? You got an invitation? That's not really a good reason, is it? What are you doing here? I mean, if you went to everything you got invited to, you wouldn't have any time left in the day. What are you doing here? Yep.
And the second thing was that I came to offer my support to the butchers and
Right.
ask them if there's any way we can help, because every single weekend I hear you in my home.
Right.
Every weekend, very frustrating.
Right. Okay, fine. So that's a good one. Okay, we've got an objection here. So this lady is here for two reasons. She lives over there, and she said she's come at number one to find out why I think I have the audacity, I think, if I can add a word in, to talk about mental health, right? And two, to come to support the butcher, right? Which is, you know, I mean, of all things to come to support, do you know what I mean? A butcher that basically is involved in the slaughter of animals for the kind of excess pleasure of human beings. I'm not saying, you know, I'm not saying that they're the worst offenders in the high street, but surely to come and support them, of all the things you could be supporting, to support them, what's that? Of all the things I could be doing on a Sunday, exactly, I could be shopping. Of all the things I could be doing on Sunday, yes, that's true, yes, good point, fair enough. And the other point was, what right do I have to speak about mental health? That's an interesting one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to count to 30 again. I know this can get a little bit laborious, yeah? But it is a really important practice that if any of you get anything out of this experience today, then if you do this in your life several times a day, you can basically create some very profound changes in your life. It can help you with addictions. It can help you when you're getting drawn into some kind of negative vibe, right? So it's a fantastic tool. And then I'm gonna come back to you and talk to you about mental health. Okay, so to the first question, why I'm here. I am here because I have been been doing this performance art, you can call it whatever you like. Other people, my mother-in-law would probably see it more similar terms that you would, and she'd probably be out here with you to both, you know, supporting the butcher and, you know, questioning what right I have to speak about anything at all, especially on a megaphone. So why I'm here is because sometimes I come to Hamstead, and it's definitely not every weekend, but sometimes I come to Hamstead, and sometimes I stand outside the butcher, but often I'm right up there, and I do this thing where I kind of question the very strange things that I see as strange rather in society, like this kind of scene, which it's just part of me. I've been brought up to not even notice this, but recently I've started to question so much of society. And I've been doing this, and there's a police officer who is part of the neighbourhood team, and he doesn't like what I'm doing, and he doesn't think it's okay. And so he's been sending around emails to people in the area, bad-mouthing me, and suggesting that I am getting in the way of the shops making money, which is very interesting. Yeah, and you're saying good, I say yeah, it's like good. If I'm getting in the way of most of these corporations making money and shops, then yeah, but I mean, I don't think it really works like that. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to push the borders of freedom of speech. I'm here to help people question reality. I'm here to say to Nick, stop doing what you're doing. It's bad behavior. You know, I forgive you for it, but it's bad behavior. It's abuse of your power. And, you know, just get over it. If you don't like it, get over it. I've also told the people here, and I will tell you this here as well, that whenever I do what I do, yeah, if you're in your flat and you don't like it for some particular reason, right? If you don't agree with what I'm saying, or you don't like what I'm doing, or you're trying to go to sleep, right? And it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so don't do it at night, right? If that's the case, all you need to do is come down to me and say, Danny, I'm really trying to have a kip right now. Do you think you can do this somewhere else? The fact that you don't agree with what I'm doing with the butcher, you're perfectly entitled, and I'm delighted that you came and you expressed yourself, and you opened your mouth, and you shared an alternative view, because that's great. That's what this whole thing is about.